Now students, the next topic is motion in a plane, which is also known as two-dimensional motion. So we have taken two axes, x-axis as well as y-axis. Fine. So if r is the position vector in two-dimensional motion, then what will be the value of r, vector r? By parallelogram law of vector addition, r can be considered at the resultant of these two vectors OA and vector OB. Then according to this, vector r will be equal to the x component of this position vector r plus the y component of this position vector r. So it will be equal to x I cap plus y j cap. Fine. Now talking about displacement vector, if our vector r is a displacement and vector r dash is another displacement, another distance covered, then pp dash will be the displacement vector here, and this pp dash will be given by change in vector r. Fine. So change in vector r or delta r vector r is equals to vector r dash minus vector r. If we write the position vector in terms of its rectangular vectors, it will be x dash I cap plus y dash j cap, and vector r will be x vector I cap plus y vector j cap. Fine. Solving it, we will get x dash minus x I cap plus y dash minus y j cap. So delta r or displacement vector will be given by delta x I cap plus delta y j cap, where delta shows the different change. Now, if we have to find average velocity, velocity is velocity is distance upon time or change in distance upon time. So this shows the displacement, or velocity is displacement upon time. Then displacement is given by delta x I cap plus delta y j cap upon delta t. If we rearrange it, we will get delta x upon delta t, which represents velocity, delta y upon delta t, which represents velocity. So this will give you velocity component along x-axis, and this will give you velocity component along y-axis. Therefore, average velocity in terms of its rectangular components will be v is equals to vx I cap plus vy j cap. Fine. Now, if we have to find instantaneous velocity, it will be given by v is equals to limit delta t tending to 0, delta r upon delta t. Okay. Now, this can be written as dr by dt. Okay. Vector v is equals to d upon dt of vector r. Vector r is what? Vector r is the position vector. Fine. So if we put the value of position vector in its rectangular components, then this will give us dx upon dt of I cap plus dy by dt of j cap. Okay. So this becomes vector v is equals to vx I cap plus vy j cap. Okay. So it is the velocity, instantaneous velocity in terms of its rectangular components. If we have to find the magnitude of this velocity vector, it will be equal to under root of vx square plus vy square. You remember we find it the magnitude of the resultant by parallelogram law of vector addition. In that we had a special case when two vectors are at 90 degrees. So for that we had find out that the magnitude can be found by r is equal to under root of a square plus b square. Similarly, we can find it here also. Fine. Now we have average acceleration. We know acceleration is equals to rate in change of velocity, okay, or change in velocity upon time taken. So this can be written like this. If we write velocity in its rectangular components, it will be like this. It will give us delta vx upon delta t I cap plus delta vy upon delta t j cap. This will give us acceleration component along x-axis, acceleration component along y-axis. That is why acceleration can be given by ax I cap plus ay j cap. Now, if we have to find instantaneous acceleration, then it will be given by limit delta t tending to 0, delta v upon delta t. Or we can write acceleration equal to d upon dt of velocity vector v. If we write velocity in terms of its rectangular components, we will get dvx upon dt I cap plus dvy upon dt j cap. And this dvx by dt can be written as ax, dvy upon dt can be written as ay. Fine. Now from here we can write that ax is equals to dvx by dt, and this vx can be splitted in terms of dx by dt. Remember, we have proved it here that v is equals to dr by dt. R is the position vector. Similarly, here also we can write vx in terms of its position vector dx by dt. So acceleration is given by dv by dt, and also it is also given by d2x by dt square. This is the first derivative of velocity and this is the second derivative of position. Similarly, ay can also be given by d square v upon dt square. Fine. Now, if we have motion in a plane with uniform velocity, suppose that the object is moving with uniform velocity, vector v, fine, then r vector 0 is a position vector at time t is equals to 0, and r vector t is a position vector at time t is equals to t seconds. Then what will be velocity? R vector t minus r vector 0 upon t minus 0. Rearranging it, we will get r vector t is equals to r vector 0 plus vt. Okay, this gives us the expression for motion in a plane with uniform velocity. Fine. Now if we write v in terms of its rectangular components, r vector 0 in terms of its rectangular components, and r vector t in terms of its rectangular components, and put all these in equation number 1, then we get something like this. So from this we will get that xt is equals to x0 plus vxt and yt is equals to y0 plus vyt. Fine. Now we have motion in a plane with constant acceleration. We know acceleration is equal to change in velocity upon time taken. So we can write it like this. From here we will derive vector v is equals to vector v naught plus vector a into t. Fine. If we put vx, value of vx in terms of its rectangular components, then we get for x-axis this and for y-axis this. If we put these values, then we get x and y coordinates as x naught plus v naught xt plus half axt square, y naught is equal to y naught plus v naught yt plus half ayt square. Fine. Now suppose we have to prove this. V square minus v naught square is equals to, where v is the velocity at time t, v naught is the velocity at time t is equals to 0, to vector a is the acceleration into vector r minus vector r naught. Okay, vector r is the position vector at time t, vector r naught is the position vector at time t is equals to 0. Now we have proved that vector v is equals to vector v naught plus vector a into t. So we can write it here. Now we have to find, see what we have to find, vector v minus vector v naught. It comes out to be vector a into t. Now we know that average velocity is equal to displacement upon time. If we rearrange it and find displacement, we will get average, it is equal to average velocity into time interval. So displacement will be given by, I told you, vector r minus vector r naught, plus average velocity will be given by vector v plus vector v naught by 2 into t. Now if we put all the values here and we rearrange it, we will get vector v plus vector v naught is equals to 2 vector r minus vector r naught by t. Now taking both these equations and multiplying both these equations, taking their dot products on both the sides, this side we will get vector v minus vector v naught dot vector v plus vector v naught, and this side we will get vector a dot into t plus 2 into 2 vector r minus r naught by t. Now solving it, by solving this, it is a plus b, a minus b, and we know a plus b, a minus b is equal to a square minus b square. So we will get v square minus v naught square, which is equal to, which comes out to be equal to, from here t and t will get cancelled. Yes. So we are left with 2 vector a r vector into vector r minus vector r naught. So this is what we had to prove and we are getting this. Fine. Now we have one question. If the position vector is given, okay, then we have to find vt and at. You know that vt is given by d of dt of position vector. Yes. And at is given by d by dt of velocity vector. And this Acceleration can also be given by d2 by dt square of position vector. Fine. So using these expressions, we will solve this question. So first we will find vt, which is dr by dt. Now it is we are finding the derivative with respect to t. So whatever components which do not have t with them will give you a 0. Fine. So we have only one t here, and we know d of dt, dx of dt will give you what? Suppose we have dt by dt, it will give you 1. And if we have dt square by dt, so we are differentiating it with respect to t, so it will give you 2t. Fine. So here also 3t will give us 3 I cap. This will give us 2 will be multiplied here, 4t, t will be left, 2t, okay, j cap, and this will become 0. Okay. If we find acceleration, it is dv by dt. Now we have found expression for v. We will put this expression now, as this has no component of t, so this will be 0, and if we solve this, we will get 4 j cap. Now next part of this question is we have to find vt at t is equal to 3 seconds. So what we will do, we have expression for vt. We will simply put value of t in this. If we put value of t here, we will get 4 into 3 will give you 12. So here now 3 I cap plus 12 j cap. We have to find the magnitude. I told you how do we find magnitude. V is equals to under root of vx square plus vy square. Fine. We don't have here y square component but y component, but we have x component and z component, so we will find it like this. Okay, so magnitude will become under root 3 square plus 12 square. It will give you, on solving, it will give you 12.4 meter per second. And for finding the direction of velocity component, we will use theta is equal to tan inverse vy by vx. Okay, it will be tan inverse 12 by 3, which comes out to be, on solving, which comes out to be approximately equal to 76 degree. I hope this all is clear to you.